This is Brian from Industry Beef Channel. Charleston White reacts to Dallas rapper Yella Beezy's release on a $750,000 bond on Friday morning. This comes after the bond was reduced from its initial $2 million amount just a day after his arrest. Yella Beezy, real name Marquise DeAndre Conway, was indicted on capital murder and a remuneration charge in connection with the 2020 shooting death of fellow Dallas rapper whose real name was Melvin Nobles. Yella Beezy is accused of hiring a hitman to kill Mo3, allegedly due to a feud between the two rappers. Two others have been charged with capital murder in Mo3's death. 33 years old Yella Beezy was released from the Dallas County Jail just after 10 a.m. on Friday morning, as confirmed by a spokesperson for the Dallas County Sheriff's Office to the Dallas Morning News. Charleston White expressed his excitement about Yella Beezy's release, stating, "Yella Beezy is finally free and he's going to beat the case because these people have no strong case against him. Wait and see what happens when is all said and done." This reaction sparked a lot of speculation on the internet, as some Mo3 fans believed Yella Beezy was involved in Mo3's death. Now, let's take a look at the conditions of Yella Beezy's bond. He must remain under house arrest with an ankle monitor, submit to random drug and alcohol testing, and surrender his passport. Yella Beezy, the rapper, appeared in court on Thursday after requesting a reduction in his $2 million bond to $250,000. He argued that he's not a flight risk and has been a lifelong resident of Dallas County. Although the bond was reduced to $750,000, his attorneys expressed satisfaction with the outcome and look forward to defending him at trial. In November 2020, Mo3, a 28-year-old rapper, was tragically shot and killed while driving on Interstate 35E near the Dallas Zoo. After his car stopped, he got out and was pursued and shot by a gunman wielding a rifle. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. For the latest news surrounding Charleston White, Yella Beezy, and Mo3, stay tuned to Industry Beef Channel. Additionally, we'll keep you updated on everything else happening in the music and pop culture scene.
To start, before I forget, the state did run a complete criminal history of the defendant, including both juvenile, misdemeanor, and felony criminal history. That information was ran yesterday. The court may notice that in State's Exhibit number 5, the PSA from Dallas County Pretrial Services, that there is an affirmative when asked about prior convictions. I believe it specifically mentions felonies. I will represent to the court based off of all the information and reviewing all of the evidence that we have at this time. The state can find no prior misdemeanor convictions or prior felony convictions for the defendant, either as a juvenile or as an adult in the state system or the federal system. We had also proffered the following information, Your Honor. A state's witness will testify to being present for a conversation about the payment for the murder of Melvin Noble. This conversation took place in the days following Mr. Noble's murder in November of 2020. The state's witness will testify to the individuals present and involved in this conversation. The state's witness will also testify to Marquise Conway, the defendant, being present and involved in this conversation. The state's witness will testify to the amount of money that was to be paid for the murder. A state's witness will testify to the individuals responsible for the payment. That state's witness will also testify that Marquise Conway was one of the individuals responsible for a portion of that payment. A state's witness will also testify to the individual who would receive this payment. The state's witness will testify that Kewan White was, in fact, the individual to receive this payment, who was originally indicted in State's Exhibit number 1, the probable cause, which is before this court. The state's witness would also testify that Kewan White, or to who shot and kill Melvin Noble. This witness would also testify to Kewan White being the individual who shot and killed Mr. Noble on November 11th of 2020. Again, this conversation took place in the days following Mr. Noble's murder. The state has also had an opportunity to review bank records of the defendant, Marquise Conway. These records would show that the defendant drew $40,000 in the days following the murder of Melvin Noble. And for the record, that was a cash withdrawal. These records would correspond to the exact amount which the state's witness would testify to. In reviewing these records, the state also became aware and believed that they would show that the defendant had anywhere between $800 and $900, but more specifically, $870,000 between a checking account and a savings account with one particular bank. 370 of which was in a checking account, a little over 500,000 which was in a savings account. The state at this time would like to publish to the court what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 3, which is the video of the offense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, before that's published, just address something with the prosecutor and the proffer.
Sure.
So it's clear for the record that as he recited, the state's witness, his proffer is, that's just one witness.
Correct, Your Honor.
Multiple witnesses. And that I don't recall if the specific in the proffer was when the date that this witness reported to do this conversation.
I do not have the specific date written down, but I know it was in the days following the offense. We do have evidence of when this could have taken place based off of cell phone data of when the defendant was in another state and then we came back to Texas. So we believe we have a time frame. As far as the exact date, I do not have it this time.
Anything else, Mr. Smith?
No, Your Honor. Permission to publish, Your Honor.
Yes. You don't want the lights off?
It's at the court's discretion.
Oh.
And Your Honor, this is, just for context, this is approximately noon on I-35 heading northbound. This video is taken from a Kroger 18-wheeler, and this is heading north I-35 into downtown Dallas on noon on November 11th, 2020. Now, Your Honor, if I could draw the court's attention, if you look on I've stopped this video at 19 seconds. You see a gold sedan in the far left lane and a black sedan in the second lane to the left. The gold sedan will be the vehicle carrying the victim, and the black sedan is the vehicle driven by Kewan White, who is then the shooter, based off of the evidence we have. Your Honor, I'm going to stop this at 1 minute and 37 seconds. The victim does not return into the frame. The only other things that the state would like to proffer as far as this bond hearing, since the court does not have a probable cause affidavit, of course, since it's a grand jury referral, defendant Kewan White was also indicted. You do have his murder probable cause affidavit from 2020. He was also indicted at that same time in cause number F2175377 for Dr. Randall Graham, who also sustained injuries, a neurosurgeon who was heading north on I-35 that day and was struck as well. However, he did survive. And finally, Your Honor, the last thing that I would proffer at this time would be that there were a total of 44 fired cartridge casings, all from the same style of firearm as far as the caliber that were recovered on the freeway on November 11, 2020.